Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I want to talk a little bit about and follow up on the Fever Mercury game. I want to talk a little bit about Temi Fagbelne. A couple of things that have been going on this season. Once she got hurt, was this lack of that player, right? You know what I'm talking about in terms of the physical stuff and what's been going on with extra hits to Caitlin Clark and all that stuff and who was that going to be? And they needed somebody like that. And then also this issue, shall we say, with catching passes and making layups and all that. So last night we had this interesting situation where we had two teams huddling up. Fagbelne was actually about to shoot a couple of free throws, and the two teams were huddling up pretty close together. And you had a little bit of an exchange. I don't agree with the technical fouls being a wash, and I'll show you why in a minute. But also, this is about I think it's like 20 seconds long. Watch as it goes further. You'll see you'll see Caitlin Clark try to pull Fagbelne away from the altercation, and Fagbelne doesn't. She's not having any of that, and Caitlin's like, "Yeah, well, okay, I'm out of here." But first of all, and watch the beginning too, because I think this is also important. This is the type of stuff that drives me crazy. Because like this post, Mercury and Fever tried to huddle right next to each other, and some pushing and shoving ensues. It's not really accurate, but okay. So they're Fever are huddling. Mercury's gonna huddle. Natasha Cloud goes over and shoves Fagbelne in the back, and two other Phoenix players, as we'll see, turn around, right, and get into it. First, she's in their huddle, steps out, and then see you have Cloud going over there and shoving away. Fagbelne didn't like that. You know what? Here, sorry about that. Let me go. There we go. Now we'll see the rest of it. Fagbelne didn't like that, and she is not having any of it. Caitlin's got her arm trying to pull her away. She says, "Nope." Caitlin's like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna hang out over here and not get hurt because the way my season's been going, someone's gonna throw a punch at somebody else and hit me in the head." but anyway, I just thought that was good though. I think the look being nasty is okay on the court. Being dirty, that's a different thing. They're two different things to me. Maybe nasty is not the word for you. Maybe just being assertive or just not backing down from stuff and letting the other team know that they're not going to get away with things. I think that's really important for any team to have. And then I want to go through this a little bit. Let me make sure I have the right one. Okay, so this is we're just going to go through some clips of this is what was missing. Now this is Fagbelne early in the season, so we did have this, but with the schedule they had and the way they were playing as a team and all the losing that was going on, I think this gets lost because then they had that 4 game win streak against bad teams, but they were playing better. But then we saw when we got to play in Seattle, things were a little different, and reaching that next level is going to take doing things differently. So I know she hurt her thumb in the Seattle game, so hopefully Fagbelne's back because what we're seeing here is really, really important to the success of this team. So I'm going to go through a few things that she does that isn't being done by other players. First of all, as you can see here, even just starting this out, look at her positioning over here. She's running the court ahead of Caitlin. She's looking back, but she's also got her positioning correctly, right? The defender's side by side with her, but you look at Tammy's body position, and she's opened up toward Caitlin, and she's got a lane to run to. And with the way Caitlin throws, and then boom, stop. Oh, I'm going to stop. I'm going to run a pick, and then I'm going to flash. But if we saw real quickly, watch the way she flashes because this is really important too. This is something else that's lacking from the team. See that? She pivots. She shows herself to Caitlin. She pivots off the screen to Caitlin, not the other way. And that's really, really important to show yourself when you come out of the screen like that. And now, boom, easy dump. But that, and look at that finish. See, we're missing that sort of thing. So here's another one. Again, I'll let him run through a little more, but I just wanted she comes to and look how she flashes. The only reason I want to say this, show this, stop this one to show you just like the other one, and then we'll roll a little more. She pivoted toward Caitlin and flashes down the lane. Boom, good finish, solid, strong finish, good body position. This I'm just showing because that's just all her. That's like not even the passing. That's just again, but that's and down the lane, boom, explosive, aggressive. Now watch this. She gets the rebound, gets to Caitlin, gets out in front of her, beats her player to the court, boom, layup. That one is so huge too. And what you saw, and you saw her, the player who's guarding her trailing on that, right? That was a basic rebound. She gives the ball to Caitlin, and then boom, she gets ahead of Caitlin. This is what has been missing a little bit from this team. And this is what I've said is makes for me Fagbendley so unique. Besides just being a really good finisher, for her, she's got height and length, and yet she plays the game more like a quick, explosive guard. She can run up and down the court. She's explosive. She can change direction. She's she doesn't get tired. She goes and goes and goes. And you watch most of the bigs in this league and they do not have that. And I think that was huge in the Mercury game last night. But all of them, not just Bentley, but the fact that they didn't run enough for me, but they did run a lot. And the Mercury wilted in the heat of Phoenix. They got tired. They could not keep up with this young, athletic, running team. That is the key to their victory. I want to show a few more just because they deserve to be shown for her. Look again, getting out, just runs right by. Look at her. Look at the player trailing her. She's like, I have no chance. I will never catch her. Same thing. Now that one, I'm going to show that one again because you got a few things going on here which are awesome. We've got okay. Now we're going to get Temi's going to get out ahead. She's going to get out ahead like she does. Okay. Caitlin's going to throw a rope like no one else does. Tammy's going to catch it. Good hands. I'm telling you, 7 times out of 10 with other players on that team, it's not caught. And then the other thing is she recovers because if you watch where she catches it, she's a little deep. She doesn't catch it in a great spot, but she recovers and still gets the basket out of it. Here we go. Beating the other slow center down the court. Great pass, but tough to catch. Holds a great little fake finish. Absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to do it. Communication, set the pick again. Off the screen, she pivots toward Caitlin and opens up her body towards Caitlin. Huge. Get down the court. Hey, that pass looked like a few passes that, or maybe 7 or 8 passes this season that Kelsey Mitchell couldn't catch. Again, pivots toward Caitlin and flashes hard to the basket and finishes. I think this is the last one. I think that was the only one that she didn't pivot toward Caitlin. She had to pivot away out of it. But that is what this entire team needs because you have other players that can do that, I believe, in terms of the roll to the basket and getting out. You see it sometimes with Melissa Smith. You're seeing it more with Aaliyah Boston. You're seeing a little better finishing by about around the rim. But as you can see, Bentley is a fantastic finisher. I mean, some of those layups were not easy, but she makes it look routine. She makes it look clean. She does a great job of pivoting correctly out of her screens and going hard to the basket with her cut. She's got great hands to catch those passes from Caitlin. She finishes, and as we saw in the beginning of the clip, she's not going to take nonsense either. So don't mess with her. But if she comes back now, works her way into this, and gets healthy, it's going to be really, really good for a Fever playoff run as we get toward the end of the season. Because look, they don't want to squeak in. Now, I'm not saying they've got a team right now that's going to challenge for a championship, but if they can, if you think you've got what? Well, they just pulled ahead of the Sky, and I think the Dream might still be ahead of them last time I checked. But what I'm saying is, I think there's room to move up a little bit so that maybe they don't get a top seed in that first round, they get someone that they're not going to be the favorite, but they've got a chance to win. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below of what Fagbemley brings to the team, what you're seeing from other players that might be able to start doing this sort of thing as they're getting used to Caitlin and getting used to her passes and playing an up tempo game as well. If you're enjoying these, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.